back to another episode of what are we calling ourselves these days? Oh, that's right, the You Know
The
Show.
you,
Welcome back to the You
the
Know
know
Show.
show. Yeah.
My name's Aaron. We are two geeks who talk about everything, and so obviously we need another geek. Where you at, Landon?
I'm here. I'm your geek of the week. That's right. Geek of the
All right,
week. Hey,
that's
Happy New
what's
Year.
happening because Happy New Year to you as well. It is a new year. We're recording this on New Year's Day. This won't come out, of course, until Wednesday of the following week, but it's our first chance to say Happy New Year to you guys, our listeners, our watchers, our viewers. Uh, so we hope that so far 2023 is looking good for you. This week we are focusing on trivia, much like we did with our season finale back in, what was that, the summer of last year, toward the end of the
Yeah.
summer.
Yeah.
We did trivia, and so basically, it's me challenging Landon with lots of questions, and him eventually giving answers. Hopefully, they're correct answers, right? You've
If
been
not,
studying your
I'll
pop
make them
culture.
up. Oh,
That's
constantly.
right.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. If you don't know, just make it up. So I did keep some of the same categories from last time because, some of those categories, there's just a plethora of questions you can come up with. Others, I brought them a few new categories. I hope you're ready for them. How
Let's
how are
bring it
you with
on.
how are you with 6 degrees of bacon?
I'm pretty good at Kevin Bacon. I'm pretty good.
Okay,
Pretty
all
good.
right.
We'll
Well,
see. I
well,
used to be at least.
when we get to that category, I'll explain the rules a little bit more detail. But for now, let's just get into it. Let's get into it. All right.
Trivia.
Each category will have 5 questions, and we begin with the Disney afternoon, much like we did in our previous trivia outing. These are questions about Disney movies, not the Disney afternoon TV shows, just to make that
That's
clear.
helpful.
All
Although my
right.
Doc McStuffins was pretty good at one point. So, but that's
Doc
fine.
McStuffins. Everything is Doc McStuffins now. All right. In
Yep.
Pixar's Lightyear, Chris Evans was cast in the title role, causing many fans to be upset about what original Buzz Lightyear actor not being cast in the role.
That would be Tim Allen.
That is correct. Tim Allen. Hey, you're 1 for 1, man.
This is
All
the
right.
best I'll be all day.
Our next question. This one, I'll admit, this one's going to be a tough one. Um, Early in Kurt Russell's career, he starred in 3 live-action Disney films, each time playing the same character, Dexter Riley. Can you name one of those films?
Well, let's see. How about the computer that wore tennis shoes?
That is the first one he was in. You got the other two in
Boom!
you?
Oh man. Oh man. Uh no. No.
No.
So.
The other two were Now You See Him, Now You Don't.
Oh, okay.
And the third and final one he was in was called The Strongest Man in the World.
Strongest man in the world. That's the one I've seen too. Yeah.
All right. That was good.
Oh,
I'm impressed. You got the computer wore tennis shoes. That's impressive. A lot of people forget about all those live action movies that Disney did back in the 60s and 70s. It's
just
what
so
there's some
different
wild
for
movies
him.
back then.
Yeah, there really were. But it's also like, for him as an actor, it's just not who you think of, I mean, you're thinking of Escape from New York, or, you're
Right.
thinking, those type of movies with him, or, but man,
When you think about Kurt Russell's early career, you're thinking about The Thing or Escape from New York
yeah, the
or
thing. Yeah, yeah,
some
exactly.
of those really hardcore John Carpenter movies he did.
Of course, then there was also Overboard, and with Goldie Hawn, which, they got together
such a
on,
great
right?
movie.
So that's such a fun movie. Which, awesomely enough, if you see the new Knives Out movie, The Glass Onion, uh, Kate Hudson, she kind of has the goalie on her in that movie. It was kind of cool.
Yeah, she looks so much like her mom. It's
She
insane.
does. It's crazy.
All right. Next question. Johnny Depp claims that part of his performance as Jack Sparrow was inspired by what Rolling Stones legend, who wound up playing Sparrow's father in the Pirates franchise?
Oh, would that be Keith Richards?
It is Keith Richards. Very good. Man, you are 3 for 3. According to Cinderella's opening song, what is a dream?
A dream is a wish you hope for,
So close.
long
A
for,
dream is a wish your heart makes.
your heart makes. Man, that
Yeah.
was close.
Yeah. That was really close. That was close. Still impressive. All right. Finally, in the Disney afternoon, what inanimate objects from Beauty and the Beast make a cameo appearance in Disney's animated Tarzan film?
Lumiere and Cogsworth.
Afraid not. Mrs. Potts and Chip, part of a tea set that they have at camp.
Oh, really? Really? That's
Yep.
cool.
Yep, that is the cameo, and it actually has led to some speculation that there's a connection between Tarzan and Beauty and the Beast. Some claim that Jane may be a descendant of Belle and the Prince, and so
Oh,
she
man.
inherited that tea set over the years.
Well, there you go.
All right, after one round, you're 3 for 5. It's not
Hey,
bad.
that's not
It's
bad.
not bad at all. All right. Moving on to round 2, we have, oh shoot. Okay, yeah. Fear factor. These are questions about horror films.
Love it.
Okay. What 1999 horror film redefined the found footage genre for a generation of moviegoers?
Would that be the Blair Witch Project?
That would be the Blair Witch Project.
That was a Scooby
Crazy
Doo.
stuff, man. Crazy stuff. All right. Question 2.
That's the one
There
with.
were
Remember
two.
when she's in the tent? Hold on. Remember when she's in the tent and she's like, her snot's coming out her face. She's crying.
Yeah.
Down. Yeah, Daffy and I
Yeah,
always joke
and
about
that
that.
was like their big marketing campaign too. Put her
I
snot riddled
was
face
super.
on
Yeah,
everything.
her snot face. I was super scared of that movie, but I think we've talked about that before.
It was a scary one. Um, Especially like that, just the ending, that the imagery at the end when the camera
Standing in the
drops
corner,
and all you see Mike in the corner. It's like, what?
he's like
That's
head
where
down
you,
in the corner.
yeah, that's where, like, if that's what your is playing in your head when you're trying to go to sleep at night, good luck. All right, you ready for question number 2?
Yes.
There were 2 killers in the original Scream movie. Name one of them.
Can I tell you the actors? You wanted the character name?
I would prefer the character name, but if you got the actor's name, I'll take that instead.
Skeet Ulrich was one of them.
That's Billy Loomis.
Yeah, and then the other one was Matthew Lillard played the other
Right.
brother.
That's Stu Mocker.
Yeah,
All right, we'll count that.
it's funny, Stu Mocker. I think that's a funny name. It's almost like
Happy Death Day.
Tess Mocker.
What?
It's almost like
What?
Miss Tess Mocker, Stu Mocker. You know, Stu Mocker is a funny name. Turd Ferguson, funny name.
Okay. Yeah, that's not my name. Happy Death Day is a horror movie in the same vein as what 90s comedy starring Bill Murray?
Groundhog Day.
That is correct. She relives her last day over and over again until she solves her murder.
I liked that movie though.
I thought it was really good.
I thought it was pretty good. Yeah,
It was a really neat concept. I didn't like the sequel so much.
I didn't
They
watch
kind
the
of went
sequel.
too far with it.
Uh,
But it was still an interesting concept nonetheless. All right, question number 4 in Fear Factor. Early in his acting days, Mark Wahlberg took a terrifying turn as a possessive boyfriend opposite Reese Witherspoon in what 1996 thriller?
I'm trying to remember the name of it. No, it was like, oh, what was it called? It's like Fear.
That's correct.
Oh, stick to my gut.
That's all right. Go for it, man. All right, last question in the horror category. In The Strangers, a trio attacks Liv Tyler and Scott Speedman in their vacation home. What reason is given for their attack? I'll
I
set
thought
the
they
scene
were.
for you.
I thought they
Liv
were in
Tyler,
a
Scott
hotel
Speedman.
room.
No, it was in their cabin. So they're tied up, and the trio is facing them, ready to take their lives, right? And Liv Tyler, her character asks, "Why are you doing this?" What's the reason that Dollface gives?
I think it was something random. Like it was like it wasn't like a good reason. Like it wasn't like a targeted. It was more like a because you were here or because you were because we wanted to or something. It was something like that, if I recall. You need something more specific. Let's see. Let's say that she says because you were here.
I'll give it to you. She says because you were home,
You were home. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
which is just the most terrifying thing anybody could say. It's just like,
yeah.
so you didn't choose us because you think we deserve death. It's just a random act of
You were
violence.
home. Yeah. Yeah, that's
Oh my gosh.
very, very scary. Man, The Strangers,
Yeah.
that was a hard movie. That was a hard movie for me.
Yeah, that is a one of those that the first time I watched that I was house sitting
Oh,
for some friends of mine, and so I was at their house, which was significantly larger than what I was used to living in, and so I'm by myself there, and the way they had their TV positioned as I was watching the movie, behind the TV was like a wall of windows looking out at their backyard, which was at the edge of their yard was like a forest.
so
And so it's
like
like
the forest is looking at the people watching TV.
so like I'm in
Oh,
the house, the lights on, and so anybody outside in the dark could see that I'm sitting there by myself, but
nope.
I can't see anything that's going on outside. I was terrified watching that movie.
Oh
I
my
just
gosh.
knew someone's going to break in here tonight and kill me while I'm house sitting.
Did you ever see the movie Hush?
Yes, fantastic movie.
That was a great movie in a similar kind of, but much better. Now, remind me, did the Strangers preceded The Purge, right?
I think so. Yeah.
So it's kind of like it's setting up for this just senseless violence thing. Not that House on the Left wasn't that way anyway, but still. Go ahead.
All right, next category: heroes and villains.
Where am
These
I
are
at?
questions about comic book movies.
Hold on, where am I at?
Where are you at? What did we say? You got all 5 of those, didn't you?
I
From
think
that
so.
last category? Yeah, so you are 8 for 10.
Nice. Redeeming. I got the horror genre. What's the next one?
Heroes and villains. These are questions about comic book movies.
Nice.
Yeah, I expect you to do well on these. Though not first chronologically in the story's timeline, which MCU movie was released first in May of 2008 and began Phase 1 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
Now, that would be Iron Man.
That is correct. Sticking with the MCU, which Infinity Stone was found on Vormir and required a sacrifice to obtain?
Of the Soul Stone.
That is the Soul Stone, correct.
Mm, mm-mm.
Okay. Uh, Getting out of the MCU now. What actress was the Lois Lane to Brandon Routh's Superman in Superman Returns?
Oh, this would be the actress that I actually had the privilege of meeting in the Oklahoma City airport, who also ended up buying me a drink. That would be the amazing Kate Bosworth.
Ding, 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 ding.
craziest
That is
thing too,
correct.
because she was totally dressed down in the airport, just sitting there, and I'm sitting there and having a glass of wine, just hanging out, waiting for the airport or for the airplane, and so I like look at her, I'm like, gosh, that looks like Kate Bosworth. So I text my wife, and I'm like doing this kind of weirdo picture thing where I'm just like, I'm drinking my glass of wine, I'm just like, and I just have my phone up and and I sent it to Daffy, and I'm like, hey, don't you think she looks like, and Daffy like, totally. So I just asked her. I said, you're Kate Bosworth. I said, love your movies. Big Superman Returns fan, all that, though compared to the other ones, not really. But still, just in kindness.
I'm just going to tell you that I liked, other Lois Lanes better, but
Yeah, I
good
didn't
job.
say that, but I also didn't want to be like the guy who's like, I loved you in Blue Crush, because it's kind of like, of course I did. You know what I mean? But
Right.
but anyway, so as she left and went our way, and I was going to pay my bill, the waitress said that she ended up picking up my bill. So that was cool.
Nice. One of those positive celebrity encounters.
Yeah.
All right. Question 4 in Heroes and Villains. What actor was falsely offered the role of the Joker in 1989's Batman as a ploy to get Jack Nicholson to take the role?
Oh gosh, I don't know this. All right, so try me
Oh,
again.
it caused this actor to have a very bad relationship with Warner Brothers for a very long time.
He was offered the role just so they could get Jack Nicholson. I'm going to say Al Pacino.
Robin Williams.
Robin Williams?
Yeah. Yep. They offered him the role of the Joker, and it was only so they could entice Jack Nicholson, saying, "Hey, Robin's interested," because Robin was interested. He wanted to play the Joker, and so they dangled that in front of Robin Williams because Tim Burton wanted Jack Nicholson. And so when Jack saw that Robin Williams was ready to be attached to it, he was like, "Okay, I'll do it."
He's like, if Robin Williams is gonna do this, I think I can do it. It's, oh man.
So
Oh
then later, when
yeah.
Batman Forever was being cast, they wanted Robin Williams for the Riddler,
He's like,
but he would have nothing to do with it.
yeah, he's out. Well,
So,
Jim Carrey made that movie anyway, for what could be made of it.
um, all right. So you missed that one. That was a tough one though. Okay. How are we first introduced to Hugh Jackman's Wolverine?
He is actually in a fighting ring in a bar way up north, where Rogue comes and happens to pop in as well.
That's correct. I had cage fighting, but he's fighting. He's in a ring. All right. That is it for heroes and villains. You are now your total, if I'm correct with my math, you've got 17 correct.
Boom.
No, is that right? That can't be right.
Or is that 12?
No,
12,
because
15?
we've only had 15 questions.
So is it 12 or 15?
So you've gotten 12. 12 out of 15. There we go. All right. The next category. This one's new for this time. From page to screen. These are questions about movies adapted from books.
Let's do it.
All right. Based on the 1983 Stephen King novel with the same name, what was the name of John Carpenter movie that came out the same year and featured a possessed 1958 Plymouth Fury?
Uh, Say it one more time.
Based on the 1983 Stephen King novel with the same title, what was the name of the John Carpenter movie that came out the same year, 1983, and featured a possessed 1958 Plymouth Fury?
1983 book of his.
Yeah, the book and the movie both came out the same year, and they have the same title.
The book and the movie came out the same year. 83. The John Carpenter thing, I would have had a few guesses for the Stephen King part, but the John Carpenter thing, a possessed
I'm pretty
I
sure
mean,
it's the only adaptation of Stephen King's work that John Carpenter's done.
Carrie.
Mhm.
Carrie?
Say it again.
Carrie?
Harry. Is that what
Carrie.
you're saying? Harry?
Carrie with a C. Carrie.
Oh, Harry. Carrie. No, no. Christine.
The car.
Yeah.
Ugh.
That's what should have given it away. The 1958 Plymouth Fury that was possessed.
The car.
All right, based on a novel by Jules Verne, what David Niven movie about Phileas Fogg won the Oscar for Best Picture in 1956, then was remade in 2004 with Steve Coogan and Jackie Chan?
Around the world in 80 days.
That is correct. Around the World in 80 Days, indeed. All right, question three from page to screen. Based on the trilogy of novels by Suzanne Collins, which sci fi dystopian adventure film series features lead character Katniss Everdeen?
Be the Hunger Games.
The Hunger Games. That is correct. All right. What 1975 movie, based on the 1962 novel of the same name, won all of the Big Five Academy Awards? It's one of only three movies that's been able to do that. And if you need a hint, I can tell you who was the actor in that movie, who won Best Actor.
I have a guess, but now I think I want the hint just to validate it. Go ahead, give me your hint.
Jack Nicholson won Best Actor
Jack
for this
Nicholson.
movie. Uh huh.
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
That is correct. One of only
Thanks
three
for
movies
that.
to win all of those Big Five Academy Awards. The other two are It Happened One Night and Silence of the Lambs. All right, final question in From Page to Screen. Canadian author W.P. Kinsella's 1982 novel Shoeless Joe was adapted into what 1989 Kevin Costner movie?
Field of Dreams.
Field of Dreams, indeed. Shoeless Joe Jackson comes to Iowa. All right. So after that category, you are up another four. So that puts you at 16 out of 20, correct?
Hey,
Trying to
that's
keep
not
keep
bad.
up with my math. No, you're doing good. You're doing good. All right. Are you ready for 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon?
Oh yes, yes.
So here's how this is going to work. You have the possibility of getting up to 3 points per question in this round. So I feel like I should start writing stuff down because I'm going to lose track of what we got.
That would be
All
wise.
right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the name of an actor or an actress, and you know how Kevin Bacon works, right? You connect them through movies to other actors and eventually get to Kevin Bacon, and you're trying to do it in 6 degrees or less. Okay. Now,
Yeah.
here's what I mean by the possibility of getting 3 points. I've also gone through and like so on my honor, did not use IMDb or anything, just used what information in my head to come up with the connections that I've got. And I've got them written down here. And some are in six, some are in five, some are four, some are even less. So if you were able to come up with the connection in 6 degrees exactly, you get 1 point. If you're more than 6 degrees, no points. If you can get it in the same number of degrees as I did, you can get it. You get 2 points. If you can get it in less than I did, you get 3 points.
All right, just so I can make sure and I understand, because I've played where I've connected two actors together, not using Kevin Bacon, but just connected them through movies together. So remind me the Kevin Bacon part, and for the listeners.
So 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. everybody connects to Kevin Bacon through movies, movie roles, various things they've played uh, in 6 degrees or less. It's
Yeah,
like there's a theory that everybody in the world actually connects to each other in 6 degrees or less. Like I know somebody who knows Barack Obama, that kind of thing.
right. But in
All
the
right,
end, they
so
both come down to Kevin Bacon as the final point, and so they each have six connections to get there.
right. So let's say let's use it as an example. Um, all right, let's do an easy one. Let's do Eddie Murphy. All right, Eddie Murphy to Kevin Bacon. Eddie Murphy is connected to John Lithgow through Shrek, and then John Lithgow is connected to Kevin Bacon through Footloose.
Yep.
Okay,
So
so
that's
that's how
two
you
degrees.
right. So that's a 2 degree skip.
Okay.
Excuse me. So do you understand?
Yes.
All right, we are not doing television appearances. This is
Yeah.
movies only.
Okay.
If we did television appearances, you'd be able to use Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday, and then jumping through the MCU is just like that.
Yeah.
So, didn't want to make it too easy.
Yeah.
Your first actor is Harry Dean Stanton.
All right. Harry Dean
It just
Stanton.
just to put it out there, this came from a randomizer I found online that just gave me random actors' names.
Yeah. So, and Harry Dean Stanton is, the guy from Alien or One Magic Christmas, like we talked about on our
Right.
last. Okay. Harry Dean Stanton. Okay. Okay. Wowzer. Do I get to know how many you did it in so I can know what I'm shooting for? Or do I just do it the best I can, then I find out?
Four on this one.
You did four. Okay. Need to bust out all of my Kevin Bacon films, that I can remember now. It's less the Harry Dean Stanton to connect to somebody. All right, let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I did in six. All right, so here we go for when we come back in for all that. All right, so I've got Harry Dean Stanton um to Tom Skerritt in Alien. I've
Okay.
got Tom Skerritt to Tom Cruise in Top Gun. We've got Tom Cruise to Jeremy Renner in in Ghost Protocol, Mission Possible Ghost Protocol. I've got Renner to um, oh wait, I'm doing a jump here. I was thinking Renner to Hugh Jackman in a Marvel movie, but then I'm thinking, oh gosh, they haven't been in one yet together. I'd have to have one more connection to Renner to uh uh Patrick Stewart or somehow that would Renner to um Cumberbatch, and then I've got Renner to Cumberbatch in the Avengers, and then Avengers movies, and then I've got or Infinity War, I mean, and then I've got uh then I've got Cumberbatch to Patrick Stewart in Madness, and then I've got Patrick Stewart to Hugh Jackman and Wolverine and X-Men, then Hugh Jackman to Kevin Bacon in Days of Future Past. Man, that's too much. That's way past six, so zero for me.
So
How'd
I
you do it?
apologize, but so actually, listening to you, you could have gotten it in three, which would have beaten me because you went to Tom Skerritt to Tom Cruise,
Yeah.
who was in A Few Good Men with Kevin Bacon.
Oh, A Few
So
Good
you
Men. I
could have
didn't
got it
think
in
about that
three.
one.
So I had
Wow.
One Magic Christmas with Mary Steenburgen, to Elf
Yeah.
with Will Ferrell, to Daddy's Home 2 with John Lithgow, to Footloose with Kevin Bacon. So I had it in four.
Good for you. That was good. That was good. All right.
All
That
right.
kind of loosened me up a little bit. Hopefully you're going to edit the extreme long amount of time it took me to get to there.
Yeah, we will. We will. All right. So the next person I've got is Elizabeth Olsen, and I got her in five.
All right. All right. So Elizabeth Olsen to Kevin Bacon. All right. Well, I've got Elizabeth Olsen to Patrick Stewart in Madness, and in the Madness, Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness, and then I've got Stewart to Kevin Bacon in Days of Future Past.
Kevin Bacon wasn't in Days of Future Past.
Yeah, he was. He
He
was
was
the
in
bad guy.
first. No, he was in First Class.
Oh, First Class. Oh, okay. So then Patrick Stewart to um McAvoy in
Yeah.
Days of Future Past, and then I can do McAvoy to Kevin Bacon. So that's four, right?
All right. Yeah, eat me. So you get 3 points for that one. Yeah, I did. I completely forgot about um connecting Multiverse of Madness and Patrick Stewart. So I did Godzilla with Bryan Cranston, to Saving Private Ryan with Tom Hanks, The Burst with Corey Feldman, The Lost Boys with Kiefer Sutherland,
Mm,
A Few Good Men, Kevin Bacon.
nice.
All right. Our third actor is J.K. Simmons.
Okay, J.K. Simmons,
And I've
also
got
known
this one
as
in three.
J. Jonah Jameson of Spider-Man. All right, J.K. Simmons. You got in three?
Yeah.
All right, I've got J.K. Simmons to Kirsten Dunst in Spider-Man. I've got Kirsten Dunst to Tom Cruise in Interview with a Vampire. And I've got Tom Cruise to Kevin Bacon in A Few Good Men.
So that ties me. That puts you at two. I did J.K. Simmons to Miles Teller in Whiplash,
Oh,
to
wow.
Top Gun Maverick with Tom Cruise, and then A Few Good Men.
There you go. That's cool.
All right. The fourth actor, Jada Pinkett Smith, who I also had in three.
You are too good. All right.
That's all I did when I was in high school English class, 12th grade. We just sat in the back of the classroom and played 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon the whole time instead of paying attention.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I've got Jada Pinkett Smith to Lawrence Fishburne in Matrix Reloaded, Lawrence Fishburne to Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol or one of those. Um, and then Tom Cruise to Kevin Bacon and Few Good Men.
That'll work. That's another tie. That's 2 more points.
What do you got?
I had connection to Eddie Murphy and Nutty Professor,
Oh yeah,
then to Shrek and John Lithgow, Footloose.
yeah. That's good.
All right. This one, I don't think you're going to be able to beat me
Okay,
because I got it in two.
two.
William Shatner.
The Shat. Yeah, no way I got it that close, but I did in less than six. So I've got William Shatner to Sandra Bullock in Miss Congeniality.
Okay.
And I've got Sandra Bullock to Sylvester Stallone in Demolition Man, Sylvester Stallone to John Lithgow in Cliffhanger, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
um, Lithgow to Kevin Bacon in Footloose.
So you got it in four. So that's 2 points. That's good.
Well,
Uh,
would that be 1 point, right? Because I did it in the six, or is it because I do
that's
it
right.
last?
Yeah. All right. So All right, so your total for that round is 8. 8 points for that round.
Out of a possible 15.
Um, so the way I did William Shatner was to Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan with BB Besh, who played Carol Marcus, and then she
Oh,
was in Tremors with Kevin Bacon.
wow. Yeah.
So that is one of those obscure references that
I like
not a
Tremors.
whole lot of people would get, but yeah, it was a good one. And she's one of those. She's not a huge name, but she's in all kinds of stuff. All right, so that's your total at this point. Let's see, that's 12, 16, 21, 24 points after, is that 5 rounds?
And listener, if you decide to do the Kevin Bacon as well, then probably just when you get to it, just pause and then try to figure it out and see if you beat Aaron or I.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a fun game. It's a fun challenge. I wish they'd turn that one into a board game. I mean, I feel like that's something they could have done, but maybe they
Surely
can't do it
there's
because they don't
something.
want to use his name.
Yeah, he's
They'd probably
like,
have to
I'll
pay
take
him
it. Just give me
royalties.
a little money.
All right. So our next category is movies to TV shows. This is a repeat from last time. These are questions about TV shows that were inspired by movies. And your first question in this category is Disney's Dumbo inspired a live action educational program that aired on the Disney Channel during the mid to late 1980s. What was the name of that show?
A live action show with an elephant?
It was live action, but it wasn't a real elephant. It was people dressed up in costumes to look like anthropomorphic animals to teach educational things and like feelings and stuff to kids. It was
Feelings
not
and
good.
stuff. I take it you didn't watch the show. Oh no, man. I can't. I have no idea. I never watched it, I guess.
Dumbo's Circus. It was in the
Dumbo's
same,
Circus?
yeah, it was in the same kind of category as that Winnie the Pooh show they had. Um,
Yeah.
Welcome to Pooh Corner or whatever it was. They would show those back to back, I
No.
think, on the Disney Channel. Right.
Totally. No
The
idea.
Cobra Kai series has provided redemption for what original Karate Kid villain?
Uh well, Johnny Lawrence would be the main villain there.
Of course.
But John Kreese is the one who, and then later Terry Silver.
Yeah, but they're not getting redemption.
Well, you
Losers.
wonder, maybe Kreese. I was thinking Kreese maybe until
No,
until the prison. Never mind.
he's
Never mind.
he's done. He's gonna be. Oh, I can't wait till
Is
season
he
6, man.
forever? Is he forever unredeemable?
Yeah, somebody's got to be. Somebody's got to be the bad guy and stay the bad guy. You can't just redeem everybody. Oh, happy ending. Everybody's a
Yeah.
good guy now. There's no more conflict
Everybody
anymore.
gets a little bored. There you go.
Uh, all right. This one's gonna be tough. All right. This one's obscure. The 1948 movie Sitting Pretty spawned two sequels and eventually inspired a 1985 sitcom that saw the title character take the job of butler working for an American family. Can you name that show slash title character? And I'll give you a hint. The father of the family that he worked for was played by Bob Euchre, who was the announcer on Major League. Just a bit outside.
Oh, I remember Bob Euchre now. Oh my gosh. Oh man, man, man. What is that show? What is that show? I watched that show. He's such a funny guy.
It was on ABC pre TGIF, like before TGIF was a thing.
Was he an Alf too?
Yeah.
No. Who was the dad in Alf?
Dad Alf was that kind of anxious guy with the glasses. Alf, don't eat the cat.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't answer it. What do you got?
Mr. Belvedere.
Belvedere. I kept having a
Yeah.
P come to my mind. Like I was like, starts with a P, but it was a B. Oh well.
Sorry, that was a tough one. That was
No, that's all right.
all right. Um, how many series were spun out of the movie Stargate?
Oh. Um, I'm thinking one, two, three. You think of three offhand. The original, and then the universe, and the other one. Oh, I feel like I should say four just because I can only think of three. I'm gonna say four.
Four.
Yeah.
That is correct.
What were they called? Because I remember the three, the original
So you
Stargate.
had Stargate SG-1, and then you
Yeah.
had
And then
Stargate Atlantis, and then Stargate
Atlantis.
Universe,
Yeah,
and then
Atlantis is the one.
Stargate Infinity.
Yeah.
All right, that's good. I'm impressed because I don't think I would have known that if I hadn't been looking up that information.
The reason why I know is
Mm.
because Daphne's mom had she watched so and she had DVDs. She passed away. We had all these different ones that we had gotten from her house, and she was a big fan. She was a big fan of MacGyver. I'll tell you that.
Hey, who's not?
I know,
MacGyver's
right?
awesome.
The
Good old
original.
Richard Dean Anderson. Yeah. Oh yeah. The new one's a joke. All right. Let's see. Last question in movies to TV shows. Ferris Bueller, a very loose sitcom adaptation of Ferris Bueller's Day Off, featured what future Friends star as Jean, Ferris's sister?
Um, Gosh, I did not know that. I think it's Jennifer Aniston.
It is Jennifer Aniston. Very good.
She was
So
also in the
that's
movie
three
Leprechaun, which is
in
weird.
that round. Yeah, that was such a. To
I'm the
forget that you did that
leprechaun.
one.
I'm the leprechaun. Remember Mike Myers doing that? He's like, I'm the leprechaun. And Garth is like, stop it.
All right. Your next category is science fiction theater. This is another repeat from the last trivia show. Questions about sci fi movies and TV. In the late 1990s, Jerry O'Connell led a cast that included John Davies in a series called Sliders.
Oh,
Can
I was
you
hoping you would
tell me
ask
the.
me what the show was.
Oh, no, no, no. I'm telling you what the show is. But can you tell me the basic premise of that show?
Yes, they slide into alternate universes.
That is correct. That is a group of four individuals who visited
That was
parallel
a good
Earths and
show.
alternate dimensions. It was a good show. It was a very good, very interesting concept that I thought was fantastic for the first few seasons when it was on Fox. When it moved to Sci-Fi, they took it in a different direction and they fumbled the ball. They really did. But it was a really fascinating concept from the start. I wish someone would come along and kind of redo it,
Redo
but
it, yeah.
do it the way they should have done it the first time. Stick with the same kind of idea that they had in the first couple of seasons.
Yeah, I thought it was a good
Uh,
piggyback of like Quantum Leap. It kind of
yeah,
had that where you're moving from thing to thing and I thought that was really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I think what for me the downfall was when you get to the fourth season on the Sci-Fi Network, they felt the need to have every episode tie together. You had to have one overarching bad guy
Yeah,
instead of it's just let's just explore these different worlds
yeah,
and the different possibilities of why this world is different than ours. And there were
right.
so many good episodes that really got into that exploration fact. But yeah, when they tried to serialize it, it became troublesome.
Yep.
All right, Christopher Lloyd of Doc
Oh
Brown
Lord.
fame. Christopher Lloyd played a member of what notable alien species in Star Trek III: The Search for Spock?
Oh, he was quite the bad guy as a Klingon.
That is correct.
Man, I hated him.
He he was he was really good though.
He was really good, but just an awful bad. The only Klingon that I'd say does better than him was Christopher Plummer. As in Undiscovered Country.
As
That was
General Kang.
awesome. Yeah, General
Yeah.
Kang.
Oh, yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, that was really good too. Um, all right. According to the Terminator franchise, what is the name of the artificial intelligence that becomes self-aware and attacks humanity on Judgment Day?
Skynet.
That is correct. Um, all right. Question four, science fiction theater. This one, this one may stump you. In the movie Cocoon, what effect did the water in the swimming pool have on the elderly trespassers once the alien cocoons were being stored there?
It gave them vitality. It gave them youth, and spirit. Yeah,
That's right. Yeah, basically, it became a fountain of youth.
yeah. I loved that movie. That was so
It was
Steve
really good.
Guttenberg. Yeah, that was
Yeah,
great.
that is. I feel like that's an underrated classic that people don't talk about enough.
That one and batteries not included. Those were really
Oh my
good
gosh, I
movies.
haven't seen that in forever.
So good.
Um, all right, in Total Recall, this is your last question in science fiction. Total Recall, what was the name of the automated taxi service?
Johnny Cab.
Johnny Cab.
Here's
You,
Johnny.
you were in a Johnny Cab. How did I get here? The door opened and you got in.
Oh, I love
It's
that
the most
movie.
ridiculous question.
I love that movie so much. That's such a good movie.
It really is. The
You
door
got in.
opened and you got in. Next category is Toontown. These are questions about cartoons of the 80s and 90s. Question one: despite having the shared character of Launchpad McQuack, what Disney Afternoon superhero cartoon is not considered a spin off of DuckTales?
Say it one more time.
Despite having the shared character of Launchpad McQuack, what Disney Afternoon superhero cartoon is not considered a spin off of DuckTales?
Darkwing Duck.
Darkwing Duck is correct. Excuse me. I'm gonna be dying a little bit over here. Hmm.
When
Hmm.
there's danger, who never fails you. That's Chippendales. My bad. Darkwing Duck. How does Darkwing Duck go? Dun, 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 dun.
No, that's still Chippendale.
Dadgummit. Well, how does it go? How does the Darkwing Duck
Uh,
go?
I don't know. I was never a big fan of Darkwing Duck. I think I was starting to get too old for that stuff by the time Darkwing Duck came out. I'd watch it
Hold
every
on.
now and then.
Hold on. Hold on. I gotta
But it
know now.
was
Hold on.
I just remember when
Darkwing.
Darkwing Duck, let's
When
get
there's trouble, you call
dangerous.
DW. When there's trouble, you
Yeah.
call DW. Darkwing
Yeah, something
Duck.
like that. All right. Your next question in Toontown. On Muppet Babies, we never saw Nanny's face, maintaining the forced perspective that small children would have of their caretaker. What kind of socks did she wear?
Were they pink knit socks?
No.
What were they?
They had green stripes. Green
Green
stripes.
stripes. Rough.
All right. Each Friday, the cartoon segments of the Super Mario Brothers Super Show feature what video game totally unrelated to Super Mario?
Legend of Zelda.
Legend of Zelda, indeed.
I loved that show.
I always look forward to Fridays the most because, I mean, I would watch it the rest of the week, but the Legend of Zelda cartoon was so far superior to the Super Mario Brothers cartoon. I don't know what it was.
Oh my
I
god.
think it was just the adventure of it.
Well, it was epic. You had Ganon. I thought it was epic. Awesome.
Excuse me, princess.
That's what he always said.
Uh,
Excuse me.
yeah. All right. During the show's third season, three new Thundercats were introduced to the group. Name at least one.
Couldn't tell you.
Nuggets.
Let me guess. No, I'll guess.
Okay. Two males and a female.
Was one of them named Tigress?
No.
Was one of them named Catmandu? How
No.
about Fancy
At this
Feast?
point, I'm not giving it to you. Yeah,
Tiger
yeah.
Paw.
It was. It was actually the Morris from the Nine Lives commercials. They
Melvin.
they
Melvin. How about that?
they got an endorsement there for the rest of the show. They had Nine Lives canned food. No, the three that were introduced in that last season were Pumira, Linkso, and Bengali.
Yeah. Bingley.
Linkso
Nope.
was
I obviously
blind.
did not get those.
Bengali looked like a white tiger version of Tigra, and Pumira was, I don't know, I guess a puma. She was a cougar.
Before her
All right,
time.
final question in Toontown. According to Animaniacs, where do the Warner siblings live on the studio lot?
They live in the water tower.
That is correct. They live in the water tower. All right, so got three that round. And moving on to TV shows to movies, we have uh counting this category, four categories left, and then we'll get to the end, man. We're getting there. We're almost there. So this is TV shows to movies, questions about movies that were inspired by TV shows. Batman, the animated series, led to one theatrically released feature film. Name that movie.
Your angel of death awaits. That's Batman Mask of Phantasm.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I thought so.
Chucky Soul, your angel
Your
of
angel
death awaits. Such a good
Good,
movie. It
good
was so
twist.
epic when that came
Twist.
out. I remember seeing that in the theater.
It really was. So good.
In the theatrical version of Bewitched, what actress took on the role of Samantha, originally played by Elizabeth Montgomery in the series?
That would be the amazing Nicole Kidman.
Oh, Kidman, indeed.
I didn't even
All
think
right.
about that. Do you realize we could go we could have gone with the 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon. We could have used Will Ferrell to Nicole Kidman, and then used Nicole Kidman to Tom Cruise. We could have used those around too.
So many ways to go.
So many ways.
Christopher Daniel Barnes, who portrayed Greg Brady in the big screen adaptation of The Brady Bunch, was also the voice actor for Spider-Man on the Fox series, as well as the voice of what Disney prince?
What Disney prince? I don't have many choices for Disney princes. Let's see. Disney prince. Disney prince. Huh. Scott Winger was the voice for Aladdin.
Correct.
What's his face was the voice of Simba. Ferris Bueller.
The human prince, though.
Right. Was it Prince Eric?
Prince Eric, that is correct.
Really? All right.
Yep.
Process elimination there.
All right. Question 4, TV shows to movies. Are the Downton Abbey movies absolutely necessary?
Like necessary in what way? Like to the plot? Just is this an opinion question?
Are the Downton Abbey movies absolutely necessary to exist?
No. Hell's no.
Correct. Or not. I mean, if you had said yes, I was like, "Ooh, I'm sorry, we were going for no." No, they're not necessary.
I haven't seen them. I actually, when one of the major characters died after the first few seasons, I was like, I'm out. I was really mad about it.
Yeah, yeah. I stopped watching the show. Well, so I started watching it because it was one of those things like because everyone at work was talking about it, and so like during lunch,
Yeah.
it was like lunch on Mondays was all Downton Abbey all the time. So I was like, well, I got to watch it so I can know what to talk about. But then when I stopped
Right.
working that job and no one else was watching Downton Abbey anymore, it's like, why am I still watching it? Screw this. All right. But I did see the latest movie. It wasn't bad. It was just like a long episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. But absolutely not necessary at all. All right, final question: TV shows to movies. Joss Whedon's Firefly was canceled after only one season on Fox, but was later given a chance to wrap up its story
Tragic.
in a feature-length film titled what?
That would be Serenity.
Serenity.
Yeah, that was a great show.
Correct. It was. That one really got the shaft, I think. All right. Hey, 5 points to Gryffindor.
Nathan Fillion did great. Yeah. So did Alan Tudyk.
They were all good in that movie or that TV show. I think that's my earliest memory of Morena Baccarin. Sure, I fell in love with her a little bit. Why not?
Is she the one who played the love interest? I'm thinking she's the same actress who's in Alias. Who played Anna Espinosa? If I'm right.
I don't remember her from Alias, but I know. Yeah, she was. She was in the will they won't they relationship with Nathan Fillion. Like it throughout the show. It was like they're in love with each other, but neither one of them they're too proud to say anything about it or to admit it. All right. Our next category is What's My Line? This is where I give you a line of dialogue and you guess the movie it came from.
All right, let's do
Uh,
it.
I will actually give you a bonus point if you can give me the character who said it as well. Not the actor,
All right.
the character.
The character. All right.
Louis. All right, here's the first one. Louis, I think this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
So that would be from Casablanca,
Mhm.
and that would be from and that would be Humphrey Bogart's character, which is which is uh shoot. What's wrong with me? Um Jimmy I can't remember his name.
Joe Bob Johnson. Nope.
What's his name? Woody. I always just think of him as Humphrey Bogart. That's all I don't even think about his name.
Goes to Rick's place. All right, so I'll give you 1 point on that one. All right. This house is so full of people it makes me sick. I grow up and get married. I'm living alone.
I'm living alone. I'm living alone. That's Home Alone, and that would be Kevin McAllister, played
That is
by
correct.
Macaulay Culkin.
2 points. All right, this one's short and very simple. You got me. Who's got you?
You've got me. Who's got you? That would be from Superman, and that would be Lois Lane, played by Mario Kidder.
That is correct. Very good.
Thanks.
All right, this one's a gimme. I am inevitable.
Oh, that would be uh I'm trying to wait, hold on. That's not Endgame. It's Infinity War. Avengers Infinity War, and that's Thanos played by Josh Brolin.
It is Thanos, but it is in game.
It is Endgame?
Yeah.
It's the
So I'll
other
give you
one.
1 point for getting Thanos.
There you go. Ooh,
Uh,
too much.
all right, last quote for What's My Line? It is not our abilities that show us what we truly are, it is our choices.
That would be that would be Batman Begins. Um Batman Christian Bale.
Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, Dumbledore.
Well, what's the part when Christian Bale says it's not who he says something like that to reveal who he is to what's her face.
It's not what I do, it defines who I am, or something like that. I can't remember what it is. Oh man, I thought for sure you'd get Dumbledore.
I'm so I just the way you said it too, it's just like it's not what I do that makes me who I am.
Well, I didn't want to say it in the old Dumbledore voice. It is not our abilities that show what we truly are. It is our choices.
I would have, Richard Harris there. There you go. That was a good Richard Harris impression.
Thank you, my what? All right. The next two
Whoops.
categories, I'm going to be listening to some music. I'm
All
going
right.
to play approximately 20 seconds of a song, and then you give your answer accordingly. Don't interrupt.
All
Just
right.
like if you know it ahead of time, let me finish playing what the snippet I'm playing, and then you give your answer. So this next category is what's the musical? I will play a snippet of a song from a movie musical, and you have to tell me, obviously, what movie musical it comes from. All
All
right.
right, let's do it.
All right. Here's the first one. Wash off your mascara. Kid, take my Kleenex. Wipe that lipstick away. Could you hear it?
Only the part when they started talking, not the music part.
Sorry.
No, that's all right. I don't know that I know it
Some
anyway.
of these are louder than others.
I don't know. What do you got?
That is Suddenly Seymour from Little Shop of Horrors.
Suddenly Seymour.
Suddenly Seymour.
I would have gotten that.
That was a good one. All right, next. All right, I've got turned up as far as it'll go, so let's see. On my mind.
Oh, right. Les Mis. Love it.
All right. That is correct. From Les Miserables. Remember, wait until I finish playing it to give your answer. Next time, I'm taking a point away. All right.
No.
Right. Number 3. When you say once you found it's true.
Oh, I got it. All right. This sounds a little off, but I think I got it.
Get it?
Yeah, it's the sound's a little spotty, but I believe it's Phantom of the Opera.
It is Phantom of the Opera. Just think of me from Phantom. All right. Number 4.
Can't hear it.
You
I
couldn't hear
wouldn't.
it?
No. It
Oh,
was
man, I'm
like,
sorry.
no, that's all right. What was it anyway?
That was We Go Together from Greece. All right. Last one. Hopefully you'll be able to hear this one a little bit better.
All right.
If not, we'll have to figure a different way to play these things. Because I was
Yeah.
planning on once we edit this in, I was gonna throw these in there and that's why I was saying let it play out before you give your answer. But here's the last one.
Oh, okay.
I know you want me, so don't keep saying our hands are tied. All right, you got that one?
Yeah. It's Greatest Showman.
That is from the Great Allen, correct. All right. You got 3 out of 5 on that one. Barring you couldn't hear one of them. Okay.
I think that was more the challenge of the category was just, it was like, we're gonna play you a clip, but also we're gonna make it spotty so that it goes in and out.
We don't really want you to hear it. Okay. Next, and this is our final category for the evening. What's the
Final
soundtrack?
category.
So, what's the soundtrack? I'm going to play you a hit song that was popular when the movie that it's associated with came out. And you just have to tell me the movie. Okay?
All right.
Are you ready? Number 1.
I can't make it out. No, I can't hear it.
Huh. I wonder what makes a difference. You could hear "Rewrite the Stars." Seemed like you could hear that fine, but this, for whatever reason, I'm holding it the same way.
Yeah,
That was
no,
Holiday
it's
Road.
probably just Holiday Road. All right, so why don't we do it this way? If I can't hear it, you just tell me Holiday, the title of it, and then I can tell you what the movie was.
All right, what's the movie?
So that would be National Lampoon's Vacation.
That is correct. All right, ready for song number 2? Here we
Let's
go.
try it out. I think I know why it's not working. I think that part of these recordings kind of buffers out background noise. All right, got it. That
All
would be
right,
from Top Highway to the Danger Zone.
that is right. Danger Zone. Okay. Next.
So hard. Yeah. No, I
No.
couldn't make it out. What's the name of the song?
If I give you the name of the song, it'll give you the name of the movie. It's Footloose.
Oh, Footloose. Oh, the movie Footloose.
So if you had heard that song, you would have gotten that right.
So I think I think it's the background. The reason why I could hear it is that the person singing it has a definitive voice out. Then it's picking up like it's a person, but I think it's like muffling the silence of the background noise, which is also the reason why I can't hear your background noise when you're worried about outside, like people outside.
That does make sense. Okay. We'll have to figure out a different way to do these music things then. All right,
Yeah,
let's
yeah, some sort of
we got two
workaround.
more.
In a lifetime of memory, I believe in destiny. I could hear the
Did
girls
you get
sing.
any of that?
I could hear the girls singing at the end of it, but I couldn't. I couldn't make out the tune.
Oh man.
So no music is coming out. It's just the voices.
So that was Meet Me Halfway.
Meet me halfway. Oh, I don't think I know that one anyway. What movie's that?
Over the Top.
Over the Top. Well,
Yeah. Sylvester Stallone. It's a good one.
right, right.
All right.
All right, the
Well, let's
last
stop
one.
doing that. Last one.
That's Titanic.
All right,
I
what'd
know
you
I'm
say?
I know I'm breaking your rule, but since nobody can hear it anyway, I figured it's okay. It's Titanic. My heart will go on.
Titanic is correct. Yes, sir.
Woo! That was hard. That was a
All
hard
right.
category.
It was hard because we had technical difficulties.
We'll figure that out.
All right, but you know what? I'm gonna give you 4 for 5 because you would have gotten Footloose if you'd have heard it.
That's true.
And you've never, yeah, I mean, it sounds like you haven't seen Over the Top. Is that right?
Yeah, no, I'm not.
Oh, dude, you gotta watch that one sometime.
Yeah.
It's tug at your heartstrings, kind of good.
Okay.
All right, let's add up these numbers here. We got 4, that's 7, 6, 13, 18, 21, 26, 29. See, that's 37, 41, 45, 53. 53 points out of a possible. I have 75 possible points.
53 out of 75? Not bad.
That's not bad, yeah.
53
50.
divided by 75. So I got a C.
See? Passing.
I'm
You know what they
passing.
call the guy who graduated last in his class in medical school, right? Doctor.
Socialism. Oh, doctor. That's good. Well, that was fun, man. Thanks for putting all those together.
What I'll do is you're gonna have to try to challenge me on these questions. I think that next time we do a trivia thing, you ought to we'll switch it up.
I think we should turn it around. I'm gonna have to go after you and see what we can do.
That's right. All right. Well, that does it for our trivia edition of the Show for this first week of January in 2023. Again, we want to say Happy New Year to everybody out there.
Happy New Year.
And if you had a chance to listen along and play along with some of these categories, let us know how you did answering these questions because some of them were pretty tough. So we want to be able to give you a shout out if you got some good answers.
Absolutely.
All right. We'll be back again next week with another fascinating episode. Although at this point, we're not sure what that's going to be yet. We need to have a little conversation about what the next few weeks are going to bring us.
True.
But we'll for sure be back, and hopefully you will be too. So, Landon, anything else you want to add today?
No, just echo it. Happy New Year, and looking forward to another episode pretty soon. Thanks for listening.
All right, guys. Have a great whatever it is, wherever you are.
See ya.